Hi everyone, this is Adonis, an AI powered creative production platform which is built for legal marketing advertising. Now it connects directly to Manus AI through a custom integration of FastAPI and LiteLLM. Now it gives the team a dedicated workspace to run all their ad creative workflows in one place. Let me walk you through everything it can do. Now, before we dive into the tool, here's a quick look at how it's built. The fast API is running on the AWS instance. When a user submits a job, the backend uploads any files to Manus along with the user messages and returns a response ID immediately. The frontend then polls every 5 seconds until the task is done and files are ready to download. All of this runs through a light LLM proxy that routes to Manus AI, which is the agent that does the work in the background. Now, coming here to tool section, we have 6 tools here. The ad reporter tool is the first tool where you give it a legal topic and it goes out and scrapes sources such as Facebook ad library and Google. It captures screenshot of competitor ads and produces a structured PDF intelligence report. Now, I'll show you an example here. Now, as soon as you hit submit here, the backend will create a Manus task and return a response ID, and you can see the task is running. And Manus is out, which is browsing the web right now. So while this runs in the background, let me show you the other tools. Now we have ad designer here. In the ad designer, it takes the campaign brief and the PDF, and based on the data that has been scraped from the previous tool, what it does it generates a 10 ad creatives, which is 5 feet format at 1080 into 1080 and 5 story format at 1080 into 1920 the dimension. Now you can optionally attach the ad reporter PDF here to give Manus competitive context before it designs. Now, for example, here is what we have already done, and you can see the result. You can just say, or you can just write a brief here, which is the target audience, case type, or whatever it at however you want uh, the ads to be focused at, and what specifics do you want, and then after that you attach the reporter PDF, and based on the input, the Manus will then generate all the 10 images natively. Uh, it is not templates or filters; it is a fully AI generated creatives. You can see the images here. Now the third tool here is the ad optimizer. So now creatives once you have creatives from the designer, what you do here is that they go through the optimizer. Now this optimizer, what it does, it acts as a quality gate. It reviews every feed and story, and it pairs against the performance criteria. Either it certifies them as approved, or it regenerates the one that don't meet the bar. Now here you can upload 10 images, or you can just upload a zip format, and it will return the same number of images after reviewing, and it will also mention whether which one is approved and which was improved, and it will output the files, which the output files will follow a consistent naming convention, so they're ready to hand off immediately. You can see the outputs here. Now, since these tools are doing a heavy work at the backend, it takes time to implement because it is going through a lot of creative process and scraping as well. Now, the next one here after the optimizer is the generator here, where you upload a master PNG or a zip file, anything of your choice, and you can write any input that you want here. And what this does is that you will upload your master creative, your which can be your best performing ad or a zip file, and from that what will Manus do is it will generate 10 to 20 AI native alternate versions of it. So it will not just change color or copy swaps. It will completely reimagine versions of the same context and concept, and it will rank them by predicted conversion potential. So as I mentioned here, you can optionally add notes and directional notes, something like generate goods ad for this, or you can push urgency and veteran identity angle, and Manus will factor all your notes in along with that. Now each variant that comes back is named as alt 01 through alt 20, which will be from strongest to weakest, and your creative team can then pick the top performance to test it. Now the next tool, the fifth tool, is the ad resizer that we have here. In the ad resizer, the resizer will just handle format conversion. You upload a creative in one format, say feed, and it outputs the paired story format. So Manus doesn't crop or stretch the image here, it just recomposes the layout natively for the new aspect ratio. So your story format is a proper creative and not like a uh, unprofessional version of the feed. Now the last one here that we have is the addresser part. Now, this is the last tool here. What the addresser does is that it works as your revision tool. The client or the user, they come back with notes, change the headline, update the disclaimer, swap the background, kind of notes however they want the image to be, and we can just paste the note here, upload the reference creative, and the Manus will apply the changes and output a revisited PNG. Let's say, let me give an example here. I've uploaded this image here. Now I will ask. Now, if you're doing multiple rounds of revisions, you can do it in the same chat as well. Now, by the time our creatives are getting generated, one edge case we handle is sometimes on large jobs, Manus can pause mid task to ask a clarifying question or before proceeding. So instead of the spinner just running forever, we detect that, surface the Manus's question directly in the UI, and let the user reply without leaving the dashboard. So we this is like a direct mirror of what happens in the Manus, but the user is interacting everything in with Adonis, and everything is getting done in our interface here. So let's see. So this will just continue. Let's go back to see if our ad creatives has been made. So if we look here at the ad addresser that we had, we wanted the background to be green, and we mentioned that we want the test cases passed. So here we have all test cases passed, and the font is in italic. Now coming back to the ad reporter, which should be done by now. Here, so um, we have here one PDF. All the competitor ads is captured here, structured and ready. Now this would normally take a researcher around half a day to one day, whereas our chatbot helped it do it in like 10 to 20 minutes. And for the generator or designer, the output can be seen in images and zip files. So that's the full platform. We have six AI tools covering the entire legal ad creative pipeline, from competitive research to all the way to through to the final revision delivery. Everything runs asynchronously, files download directly, and the whole thing is deployed on a dedicated domain that we have with HTTPS. The team here, anyone who the user is, they can run uh, multiple jobs in parallel, track everything in one place, and also cut creative production time from days to hours. So that is all. Thank you.